This message was brought to you by Driver X Academy for all your driving needs. Good morning, drivers. Driver X here, back at you with another video. Today I want to talk a little bit about the Drug and Alcohol Clearinghouse. For all you guys that haven't heard of it, it's a website about a FMCSA. dot.gov. It's a website to record all the stuff that's been going on with your driving history. Now, the reason why I'm bringing this video to you is because, and the reason why I'm bringing up this issue is because a couple days ago, I got a email from my employer that they will be doing an annual query, which is a search of the Clearinghouse. So if you're not familiar with the Clearinghouse, I suggest you go over to the website. It's clearinghouse.fmcsa.dot.gov. Go over there and take a look at the website. So the reason for the website is to track all your drug tests and alcohol tests throughout your career. Now look, I'm not a legal lawyer to tell you about this website, and I'm not a representative. I just wanted to bring this video to share with you that it does exist, and whenever you have a minute, just go over, take a look at it, go through it, and if you think you need it, just go ahead and register, and that way you'll be in the website, in the Clearinghouse. Because if you ever go to work for any one of the mega carriers, they're gonna request that they look into the website and see what your history is on your drug and alcohol past background, the tests, or if you ever been had any type of offenses like that with drugs or alcohol. Yeah, I just want to share with you a little story of something that happened pertaining to the FMCSA. I was working a local company, and one morning we went in to go to work. I think it's at we had to be in like for 5 o'clock that morning. So as we coming in to the building to get our paperwork for the day, the manager tells me, "Hey, they got donuts and coffee and stuff in the break room. I need you to go in there in the break room and wait there for a minute." So I had no idea what was going on. So I went into the break room. So when I got into the break room, there was a DOT nurse that was there in the break room. So she said, "Oh, we just we doing random tests today," and she said, "I'm with the DOT. I'm not affiliated with the company." She said, "We randomly go into local business trucking companies, and we do random drug and alcohol tests." Now, at that time, that was a couple years ago. So at that time, I didn't even know that they did alcohol tests with breathalyzers, but they do. So she was like, I'm gonna need you to do a urine test. So I was like, okay. I was like, so since I'm a trucker at that time, is I don't drink a lot of water in the morning before I go to work, because being a trucker is kind of hard to find places to, especially local routes, to use the restroom. So I was like, well, I'm gonna need some water, some coffee or something. So I started drinking. So I was there for like I think it was like 2 hours. So they had other people coming in, they were using the bathroom. So I don't. They said it was my nerves, that I was nervous, but I don't know what it was. I couldn't go at all. So it got to be, if my memory serves me right, it was about 2.5 hours had them passed by. I still couldn't go, and she's watching me drink water, drink water. So she was like, "Look, if you can't go," she said, "the guidelines is." I never looked it up in the book, right? The handbook that they give you with all the rules and regulations. I never read it. I never looked it up. This is what she told me. She said, if you can't go in 3 hours, she said, I'm gonna have to fail you. I was like, what? She was like, yeah, that's the rule. She said, if you can't provide a urine, some urine in 3 hours, she said, that's gonna count as a refusal. And everybody know a refusal is, um, is like a failed test. So I was like, oh man, so that put me under more pressure. Now by that time I hadn't drank about a half a gallon of water. Everybody seen me was drinking, and I just could not go. So finally, at the last minute, she said she was on my side. She's like, "Come on." She walked into the bathroom with me and everything. I mean, I went into the stall, but she. So she was like, "You gotta go. Just try." So man, I went in there, and I mean, it took. I was praying, and I finally just got just enough out to have enough for her to be able to use for a test. So I passed the test. Everything went good. I passed the test. Everybody was cheering for me. It was a spectacle, because it just caught me off guard, I guess, because in my career, I never had a dirty test or anything like that. But the horror story part of it is there was another driver in there, and he had a random for a breathalyzer. Now, like I said, at that time, I didn't know that they did alcohol breathalyzer tests. And so what the deal was, I mean, you could see it. I mean, if you don't drink, you can smell it. And you could see his eyes were, glossy. And so he was like, oh man, he was worried. He was like, man, I went out. So he was telling us, she wasn't there. He was telling us, say, man, I went out last night. And because I think it was around Mardi Gras, because we from New Orleans. So it was like, man, I went out last night, I was drinking. He said, I didn't know this was gonna go on today. So she was like, she came over, and just in front of everybody, she was like, I need you to blow into this breathalyzer. So he blew into the breathalyzer, and it came back as a positive. Now, on the breathalyzer, the way she explained it was that there are certain increments that if you're point so and so or point so and so, this happens. But if you're over this limit, this happens. I don't know exactly what the limits are, but what had happened, he blew just high enough that she said that she was going to put him out of service for that day. So it wasn't high enough, like it was a positive. It was high enough to put him out of service that day, but she said if it would have been any higher, I think she could have put him out of service for 3 days, and then if it happens again, it goes on and on until I think there's a program called a SAP program. I'm not very familiar with it, but if it continues to happen, that's how it goes. So she had the power to put him out of service that day because she detected with the breathalyzer that there was a certain amount of alcohol in his system at that time. So then she started to question him. She was like, have you been drinking this morning? He was like, no, I went out last night, And she said, but, so she was like, when was, So I stopped drinking at about 12 o'clock. The FMCSA rules says that you cannot drink any alcoholic beverages within 12 hours of your starting shift. So since our shift started at 5 o'clock that morning, had a drink at his last drink was at 12 the night before. That meant that he was non-compliant. But we didn't know that. He didn't know it either. So he was like, "What happens now?" So she was like, "Well, I'm gonna put you out of service for the day, but I don't know what you have to deal with your employer." So that was another consequence, which I don't know what happened, but I think he's still there. So I guess it just went on his record. But this is just to say, go and take a look at the website, familiarize yourself with it. Know some of the rules and regulations. Go over the website, and I suggest you to register. Because you're gonna need it. It's gonna be start required by all employers who have trucking companies, so to be in it. So if you own or operate, I'm not sure, but that's just a little more, a little story to let you know about the drug and alcohol clearinghouse. Yep. So yeah, all you drivers, just take heed to the message and try to keep clean and stay clear and try to stay out that SAP program. All right, drivers, I'm gonna let y'all go with this one. I hope y'all have a great day. Driver X out.